Welcome back to One Comic Book a Day, where we're covering Superboy issue 16 and the second story, The Worst Circus on Earth. I've come to this conclusion with Superboy stories, and somewhat Batman, and even Superman, that sometimes they kind of have a Simpsons-like first act. If you're unaware, Simpsons has this sort of random, fun first act that sometimes doesn't quite lead into the rest of the story. And this story has that. It does somewhat lead into the rest of the story, but it is absolutely ridiculous and an excuse to get some sort of action set piece in there right away to hook you. So you have two kids playing hooky. They're running away on a train. Train goes bad. Superboy has to save them. What does this have to do with the rest of the story? Well, they were running away to see the circus, not join the circus. They were running away to see the circus. What a boring excuse to run away. Do something interesting, boys. And you know what? I do truly believe that Smallville is so boring that not a single circus will come there. They have so many museums, though, you can go to. I don't know what I'm trying to make a joke of anymore with those museums. It's still just a ridiculous amount of museums that a small town has. So Superboy promises that he can probably get the circus there. It's actually a little surprising that they can't get a circus, but hey, it's a small town, it's boring. I don't even know if they have a train station that goes through there. Well, kids were able to get on a train station pretty easily, so probably. So that ends up being what the story is about. First off, it's a really cheap circus no one wants, so Superboy gets scammed. And two, one of the kids named Ben seems really upset at the idea of a circus coming to town. And that is sort of our through line. It is a mystery. What's up with the circus? Why is it so bad? And why is Ben so upset? The story, unfortunately, forgets to create a situation where we actually care. You see, Superboy has, on occasion, just been a whole circus. So if these kids really wanted a show, you know Superboy can just give them a show. And we see this in many different ways, especially him bringing to life an old, lazy lion to make it somewhat interesting. But as for the actual mystery, well, he solves it pretty quickly. And once again, I don't really care. Ben's family used to work for the circus and were blamed for stealing all the money from the circus, but they didn't. It turned out to be the sword swallower and the ringleader working together and putting the blame on somebody else, so they didn't have to pay anyone. So, yeah. Why is this a problem for Superboy to solve? It's not a particularly long mystery. Most of the story is focused on Superboy trying to make the circus somewhat entertaining. And when it does care about the mystery, like, Ben isn't there a lot, and the best you get to make this mystery intriguing is just like, why is he listening to the sword swallower? Why does this guy have so much pull? Especially the fact that he's not a good sword swallower. So I don't know why you should care about this mystery. I don't know Ben. Ben just seems kind of a sore loser from the get-go. You didn't really set up a mystery all that well. And when it does finally come to, it's like, oh, I guess this had been a mystery story the whole time. I didn't realize that. Okay, that is it from Superboy issue 16 and the second story, The Worst Circus. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notifications when new videos up. I do this Monday through Friday, but Fridays is Bat Friday, where I cover a Batman story and other Detective Comics or Batman. And until next time, let's ponder the question, whatever did happen to the boy of tomorrow? And where's Haley's circus? That would have been very helpful right now. I bet they give a really good circus performance. Okay, have a great day.